Look at us. Boom, boom, boom. Changing topics, changing gears, drop of the hat. 25 minutes past 7. Joining me, Dustin Rivest with App Innovators in our Digital Dynamics segment. Dustin, good morning. How you doing, brother?
Very well. How about yourself?
I'm getting better.
You look a little better today.
Well, the money maker's getting a little bit closer to being the way it should be, but we're still hanging tough. We have been talking for a while about the fact that if people's websites, they have a website for their business and it's not optimized to be used on one of these silly devices called a smartphone, they are swan diving in the Google search rankings.
Yeah.
What is it that makes a website usable, more user-friendly, besides the optimization stuff, the pinch and zoom? Can you put too much information on a website for mobile purposes?
Absolutely. And we say the same thing with apps. You don't want to put everything on there. It'll clutter it up. Think about what your audience is looking for. Whether it's, if you're a plumber, I would say you need to have your phone number first and foremost really big right when you get on the screen, because most of the time people, when they're looking for a plumber, they're probably in an emergency situation.
Right.
They need a button to click and call. So it's not just a small text that says call us and have a little phone number on there. Make sure that phone number is actually clickable. There's actually a little bit of snippet code that you have to make that makes that number clickable, so people can call you right when they need to.
And this is like real basic 101 stuff here. Someone's got a website. Does that website become the mobile website as well? Or do they create a companion parallel website for mobile use?
Yeah, so there's two things. You can actually build a separate mobile website, or you can build a responsive website. We recommend redoing your whole website and making it responsive. Now, when it's responsive, it's going to adapt to any different screen size. We have different size laptops, different size tablets, different size phones. And so with the responsive website, it shrinks and forms to whatever device it's on. A mobile website is a completely separate website that you have to go in and plug into your domain settings, but it actually has different feeds as well. So anytime you update your regular website, you're going to have to update your mobile website at the same time.
So if you've got a responsive website, for one, I get annoyed when I go to someone's website on my smartphone and it's got too much video.
Yeah.
Because it takes forever to load and I'm waiting, and sometimes it's buffering and sometimes it's not. It's annoying. Are there certain features that with that type of website you can disable or not have show up when it's used on the mobile platform?
Absolutely. You can make it to where on your responsiveness settings, you can say, we don't want this video at the header, we just want a call to action at the header, or we just want a picture instead of a video. Some websites still for some reason are using Flash for their videos, which don't show up on any of the iPhones. So that's a huge no-no as well.
So you've got to be aware of the fact that the mobile phone manufacturers out there are not all talking to each other in the same language.
No, they're definitely not. Different browsers are, you have Safari and you have Google Chrome. Safari's on all the iPhones. The browser can act totally differently than what Google Chrome will act. So sometimes you need to actually put two phones next to each other and look at how does your website look on both phones. Now, if you have a mobile responsive site, you're probably in good shape. But if you have just a mobile website that you had built on the side, you might want to take a look at it.
Someone's listening right now, they've got a website for their business and they're not seeing the transition to the mobile platform work for them. They're not getting as much response as they thought they would get. Chances are, based on what we're talking about, there's something maybe not helping them on their website when it converts over. Where do you start to kind of make that make some sense?
That's when SEO probably plays a big factor. Search engine optimization.
Okay.
That's one of those things. Having a mobile responsive site or a mobile website definitely helps with that. But at the same time, there's certain things that you have to do inside of your sitemap that tells Google, hey, I'm mobile. Hey, I'm updating my website. Google has these little robots that crawl and they search all these different websites and look at it and see if you've updated it, is it mobile responsive. If you've done the necessary steps, you'll start to see an impact.
Obviously, that's something that a lot of people that just go to, Zillow or whatever, whatever these sites are that create websites. I mean, what are they called? I don't know.
There's websitebuilder.com.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, if you're into creating your own, you're probably not going to know the nuance to do that.
Definitely, and there's some pros and cons to using sites like that. Most of those sites, they want to have their, logo and stuff on there, which is okay to some business owners. They're free or they're really, really cheap. But they go ahead and make an easy solution where the SEO is already included, the mobile responsiveness is already included. They're just going to put their logo everywhere so that when people come to your site,
they see them.
They see them. So it depends on if you want somebody else's logo on your website or not.
All right. Next week, we're going to start talking about some of the things you say that are coming on the phones.
Absolutely. It's kind of you're always wondering, hey, what else can they put on these things? We are not even close
Really.
to the amount of stuff that can be put on these phones.
And you got to promise me, because I was teasing everybody about is it called a smart card? Is it a smart credit card? What's it called?
It's called Coin, onlycoin.com, and it allows me to put up to 8 different cards. It could be a gym membership card, a debit card, a credit card, all on one card, and it's synced to your phone. Kind of like Apple Pay, but it won't work unless your phone's near you. So it's very secure. It doesn't show any numbers, or it shows the last 4 digits of every card. So if you lose that card, nobody can use it because they can't get inside of it. There's no numbers present on the card. So would you rather lose your wallet that has 7 cards in it, with all the cards on the front, your expiration date, the security code, or would you rather lose one little black card that they can't read anything on?
We're going to talk about that as well.
Let's do it.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you. Have a good week.
Thank you. Dustin Rivest with App Innovators. It's